12 noon kickoff game time. Throwback on screen on prime time. Your team playing right now, but you're stuck in my mind. You really a fan of a fan, let that sink in. We outside right now, all-star shining. Blind and bling bling, we America's team. Put the beat on the plate, I'ma eat it like Zeke. Put the beat on the plate, I'ma eat it like Zeke. No matter where I'm at, I rap it to the end to eat. Sweethearts of America, cheering his own. DJ SC playing all his songs. Cowboy divas, I salute you. You show stop and turn the hands in that silver and blue. It's game time, Cowboy. Let them know, let them know. What does Dallas and my status have in common? The star. Who are we? We them boys. What we do, bring the noise. Bam and lady vibes. Camera, action, lights. Man, stop with the hating. Enough is enough. The most hated in the game, but America love us.
It's game time, Cowboys, let them know. Hey, we reppin' for the start. Show them haters to the door. Yeah, we deep up in the building. Hype it up and lose control. They don't want it with them boys. Man, the roof about to blow. So let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Always go, send the kicker on the field and bitch the old. Hell no. Oh, now we putting 6 points on the board. Got the game on the line. Yeah, them boys about to ride it's game time.
That's right, baby. It is game time. It is go time. It is 53-man roster time. The results are in. The Big Three is live as promised. It's your boy B Jizzle. I got my girl Kales with the intel right there from the nation's capital. How we doing today, Kales? I know you busy with them Twitter fingers.
Yeah, I don't do Twitter no more. But I am busy and kind of under the weather, but I'm hanging in there.
Well, good. We're glad that you could press it out and get these reps in here so we could educate everybody on who's who on the Cowboys roster zoo. Bob, how we doing over there in Colorado today on cut day?
Doing all right, man. A little surprised and a lot not surprised. I think most of us are going to maybe open our mouth for two of these folks, and the rest were like, all right, we get it. Other than that, feeling a little under the weather, but we're going to fight it and get through it, and we're going to roll.
Yeah, because I know we all been dealing with some technical difficulties. Glad to see you got your video card back up as you played peekaboo with me on the last show. But come on. We are streaming live on 3 platforms. Shout out to all of our green badges on Build Different Group. Without y'all, this podcast does not happen. And we got 2-a-days for your boy BG, so stay tuned for that. I'll be live back-to-back. Special shout out to all of our veterans on LinkedIn for Military Creator Con in 2027. Spinning the block at the Fort Worth Stockyards. That's right, Military Creator Con. And shout out to all of our subs on YouTube. We had a lot of engagement from the subs on YouTube. Where you at? Let's go. Facebook, don't let YouTube drown you out. But the Cowboys roster's in and some news already in. But I think there's some big ones, like Bob said. The Shy-Ass Pete was gone.
Yeah,
I know that's a feel-good story.
Yeah,
I know that's a feel-good story. Everybody was happy. And, look, let's just face it. There's going to be some players not on this team that were on this team last year. And there's some that's not going to make this team. But I felt good about it. But he needed some work. So don't get too attached to a player. That's what I want to say. Don't fall in love with the player because the names on the rosters change. Right, Kels?
Yeah, and if you see my headline, I just want people to chillax. This is just the initial roster, not the final roster.
So what is the difference between the initial and the final? Just so that way we're all clear.
You just need to submit. All teams need to submit 53 names to the league office by 8 minutes ago.
Right.
Eastern Standard Time. The initial roster won't be ready or set until week 1, preparing for week 1. So if anyone saw that my post that I posted a few hours ago on BDG, and I also shared it on OTAs. I told people what to expect today with this 53-man roster.
Yeah, all it is that, like you said, it's a piece of paper they got to turn in to make sure, and they're going to count if there's 52 people, good, and they're going to throw it into a pile. They could have CeeDee Lamb as WR5 today. It wouldn't mean a damn thing.
All right, Kales, well, go ahead and let's break it down for what you got to bring with the entails for the initial 53-man roster.
Okay, so this is what everyone should know is I broke it down as much as I can as far as the cliff note wise. We are number 12 in the waiver wire. The waiver wire really don't take effect until tomorrow at at I do have the time. 1 p.m. my time. That's when the waiver wire takes effect, and this operates just the same way as the draft process. So as you can see, we are number 12 on the waiver wire. So
and why is this important to know? Let's just talk in real basic terms for some people, because they may be excited about the team, but they don't understand how this all encapsulates itself.
Right. So when you hear people saying waive, cut, release, it's basically the same way. They just doing pretty words with it, but it's basically the same thing. So what it just entails is once players are cut, release, waive, whatever, it's a gambling effect. When you release them so you can complete this roster and you receive your waiver wire number, you just need to hope and chance that the player that you want to bring back on your team is still there. So like, for example, let's say if they waived Camden Brown, who is going to be our WR4. Let's say if they cut him, he's going to be gone like this. So it was better to waive one of the running backs or one of the other position players to get him on the roster. And then most of these names that we have waived, they're going to be there by the time it's time for us to make the call and say, hey, we want to put you back on the team as on a practice squad. But what happened was with Maris Leofau, with him getting the injury, it's a bad thing, but it's also a good thing. When you
kind of worked into his favor, right? By having him placed on this IR, it secures him a spot while it also helps somebody else, right?
Exactly. Because they love Leofau.
That's good. It's good to hear, because I thought him going out, I was like, damn, how unfortunate, because of the importance, right, Bob, on these plays in these games, like what Kels is reporting, that Camden Brown has made the roster. It's being reported out everywhere. And he was even playing in the last game, which we were talking about. Yeah. Did he make it? Because he's like in the last game versus like what Kels said, Mingo wasn't dressed.
And this waiver wire, for any of you folks that play fantasy football still, you should not be a stranger to it. If you've got a waiver wire, it's really kind of the same thing. You're hoping that whoever's on that whoever's waived or whoever's available, we're going to have to wait for 11 teams to say no before we get the chance to say we're going to claim them. And there's all kinds of battles in between all that other stuff too, which is a cool thing. So if you ever had a fantasy football team, you've probably been through a waiver wire. And you probably might not have realized that it was your exact draft pick, whether you traded that draft pick or not. That was where you were going to get on the waiver wire. Now, I guess 12 is better than, let's say 18 or, 16, 17, 18, which is where we normally draft. So this is a little bit sooner, but again, if we're worried about getting somebody that was waived, then we're already in a bad position. And I don't think that we're there right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you on that part, but the Commanders is number 7, and there's few players that have waived that they're definitely going to try to get.
Well, like you always said, Dan Quinn was Dallas Cowboys 2.0. He want to beat the Cowboys so bad. He tried to go to the nation's capital to start it. But Kels, with all of this breaking out on this initial 53-man roster, what good news can we bring to the people today about some of the folks we know have been cut? Because we know the wide receiver total unit hasn't been released, nor this linebacker unit. But what kind of folks can you tell us have already been waived, cut, or not signed?
All right, so let's go back. So we have traded our offensive line tackle Nate Thomas to the Houston Texans for a 2027 7th round draft pick. We have waived 28 players. Running back Israel Abanikanda, linebacker Justin Barron. I was hoping for him to make the squad. Running back Jaden Blue. Cornerback Traquez Bridges. Cornerback Josh Butler. I wanted him so bad to come back. Safety Zion Childress. Running back Jashawn Corbin. Defensive tackle Tommy Dunn. Guard Chris Glasser, offensive line tackle Sebastian Gutierrez, who is our international pathway player. Wide receiver Jordan Hudson, he made a couple of splash plays the last 2 games. Tackle Marcellus Johnson, guard Trevor Keegan, tight end Zach Kuntz, linebacker Isaiah Land. I hope we find a way to get him back. Running back Phil Maffa.
Damn, Blue and Maffa.
Yeah. Defensive tackle Dayo Adelier, linebacker Langston Patterson, offensive tackle Shayez Pete, wide receiver in our, I think he was the 6th or the 7th.
Anthony Smith.
Draft pick, wide receiver Anthony Smith, wide receiver Jaden Smith, cornerback Reddy Stewart, defensive tackle Jay Toia, Michael Trigg, tight end Mitch Van Buren, guard DJ Wingfield, defensive tackle DJ Withers.
So about how many players in total is that, Kels?
28. I said 28.
So 28.
Yeah. Safety Julius Wood. Now the ones that have been released is 7 of those. Wide receiver Tyler Johnson, cornerback De'Arion Kendrick, center Nick Leverett, wide receiver Denzel Mims, linebacker Curtis Robinson, wide receiver MVS. Everyone knows him as Marquez Valdez Scatlin. Linebacker Sam Williams.
Whoop! Somebody called it in here. Ultra Cowboy coming up in here says Sam Williams about to be the Commander's new boo over there with Dan Quinn. Is that the case?
Probably.
Yeah, and then the one that is on the injured waived is only one player, that is tight end DJ Rogers. And then on the reserved injured designated to return, we have 2. Cornerback Devin Moore and linebacker Maris Leofau.
So
I think it's important to realize this too. Listen, we're hardcore Dallas Cowboy fans, and we love our opinions and we love our own evaluations of these players, and we have our own reasons as fans for why we wanted to keep A, B, and C on this team. But we're not the coaches. We're not the ones who see how they react to getting hit in the mouth. We're not the ones who see them react to a change and audible in real time. I mean, you would have to go back and really, really look at all of those games in the preseason to even start to basically address any issues that any of these players have that these coaches are already thought about. So as fans, we're not seeing what we think we're seeing. And these preseason games are just the practices and the training camp put into motion. So there's going to be mistakes and there's going to be stuff that happens in these games that don't happen. So these cuts, while they seem surprising to us, they're probably super obvious to this front office. And that's one thing that we need to keep. We need to be a little more realistic about what we know about Dallas Cowboys teams and NFL teams in general, because we don't work for them.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because my advice is here, look, everybody's, players' names on jerseys changed. Look, Emmitt Smith went to the Cardinals. Tony Dorsett went to the Broncos. I mean, don't fall in love with the player because the jerseys are going to change. And I know there's a lot of heartbroken people out there over some players. And, that should be a lesson to not fall in love with the player. As Jay Nichols says, Wood, Stewart, Maffa, and Trigg are tough. Yeah, Blue and Maffa, both. Let's talk about this running back unit, Kels. I mean, what's up with the Cowboys? I mean, they basically kind of let everybody go. It's like we got Hunter Lipke, Malik Davis, and Jay Will now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, Malik Davis, Jay Will, and Hunter Lipke. Yeah. Is that pretty much going to be 1, 2, 3, you think? Or are we going to keep 3 or 4? How many are you seeing on that list? Or do we see them?
I know on the projected one, it was between 3 or 4. So we're kind of right on schedule with that. But it is a chance we can bring back one of those running backs on the practice squad.
Yeah, because even after this initial cut, right, we're going to see before the even 53-man roster comes out, right, Kels, that we'll see the practice squad names show up before the 53-man roster solidifies?
Yeah, and we'll see the so after the whole waivers claims on August 31st, which is tomorrow, we'll see what the practice squad will be, who will comprise the practice squad.
All right. So with that being said, if you're tapping in, if you thought we were going to have something that says, hey, look, the Cowboys are submitting their names to the office, like Kel says, it's initial. And then once we get to solidified in a couple of days, we'll have this practice squad. But we can tell by those players that are being waived or not picked up, rather, whatever words you want to use, that it's going to solidify this roster. And it's kind of telling, isn't it, Bob, that they're waiting. It seems like all these cuts are coming out, but we haven't heard but Camden Brown on the wide receiver and on the linebacker. I know Kel's named some, but I mean, Maris Leofau was a big one, but he's saved by injury. And I wonder how the rest of this linebacker unit shakes out.
As far as the running backs go, Deuce Vaughn averaged 2.75 yards per carry for the Dallas Cowboys. Jaden Blue averaged 3.4. I put those two running backs in the same exact category. I did not see anything from Jaden Blue that I did not see from Deuce Vaughn, which was little to nothing. It seemed whenever Blue went into the game, he was getting maybe 4 or 5 yards every 3 or 4 plays if he was lucky, whereas Malik was just running and ripping. He had bigger plays. He had more electricity. He had more movement. The running backs being cut is not a surprise to me. I think that our team now, with this new coaching staff and maybe a new mindset, is starting to not hang on to players who underperform for the length of time that we used to. We used to hold on to these guys for a long time and milk contracts because we didn't want to pay. And I think we're realizing that that's not the way to go. So cuts like this, I think, for underperformers, they should have happened last year, or, maybe even sooner to some of them. But they're not surprising at running back for me, man.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I thought maybe Jaden Blue was on the trending upward, Bob, but I mean, this is a shoddy move. Like maybe that last year they didn't forget and they said, look, man, it's great that you progressed, but go find another team. You know what I mean? We need this compete mantra going on here. And Kels, let's slide over to the linebacker unit. Like, what are you hearing on the linebackers in terms of, we know we're going to keep the Rook, Barham, those folks, but, a lot of folks are saying Overshown could possibly get traded or he may get, waived or something like that. What are you seeing on this linebacker intel, if any?
Nothing yet, but we will be carrying all 3 quarterbacks on the 53-man.
And with that being said, I wanted to ask you too, Kels, with the tight end injuries and the tight end revolving door in that unit, I mean, is it looking like we're only going to have 3 tight ends on this roster? I thought we were looking at some jumbo packs, like double tight ends. I mean, Trigg didn't even make the squad.
So we're going to have 3. Maybe 4. Like I said, we'll see. Like I said, this is just the initial. We don't know what this official roster is going to look like. So on week 1, we may switch out one player and put another player in, depending on the need as far as who we are playing. So I'm thinking maybe for like the Giants or the Rams, we will have those jumbo packages where we will have maybe 4 tight ends on that roster for that game. So right now we have 3. We have Scooney, Big Body Breath, and Fergie.
Well, in other breaking news, we knew it was coming, so let's just talk about the elephant in the room. The Rams loading up on defense with the signing of Aaron Donald. I mean, I think everybody, Bob, in all my fantasy football leagues in like round 3, they're going to be going after the Rams defense. What's your thoughts on Donald coming out of retirement in L.A.?
It's absolutely crazy to see the 2 ends on that team come together and play on the same team. The LA just makes those right moves. It seems like they're making the moves to make their team better. I mean, they've been to the bowl. They've done some things. So whatever they've got going is not broken. So they're going to keep rolling with it. And of course, why not bring one of the greatest in the history of the NFL rushing defensive ends back when they're still in shape? They're still able to do it. Hell yeah. I mean, it's actually crazy. They'll probably have the 2 best defensive ends in the game on one team, and that seems unfair.
Yeah, one of the comments in there, Kels, and I'm going to throw this to you. They say someone got to investigate their salary cap for real, but then somebody else says they were already paying them. And so is this kind of like smoke and mirrors, Kels? Talk to us in terms of contractual textuals.
He retired in the midst of a contract, so he was already technically getting paid. It was almost like when we brought Zeke back.
Right.
Yeah. So y'all ready for the initial 53-man roster?
Let's go. Talk to us.
Okay. So your QB2 will be Joe Milton. Your QB3 will be Sam Howell. Your running backs in order: RB1, Javonte Williams; 2, Malik Davis; 3 / fullback / tight end, Hunter Lipke. Wide receivers: 1, CeeDee Lamb as 1A, 2, 1B, GP3. Wide receiver 3, Ryan Flanoy. 4, Kavontae Turpin. 5, Camden Brown. 6, Jonathan Mingo.
There we go, carrying 6.
Your tight ends: TE1, Fergie; 2, Brev Spanford; 3, Scooney. Your O-line, so I'm just gonna read them off. Your left tackle, Tyler Guyton; Tyler Smith; your left guard, Cooper Beebe, is your center; TJ Booker, your right guard; Terrence Steele, your right tackle; TJ Bass is your he's just a floater. Ajani Cornelius, Broderick Jones. We're going to talk about Broderick Jones.
Oh, Johnny Cornelius is going to make it. He was on one of the 8 top players bubble that we covered, Bob. Is he also injured too? I've been hearing something. Is he going to?
No, he's fine.
Okay.
And our 5th round draft pick for this year, Drew Shelton. He needs to get some weight built. He needs to bulk up some. So your defensive tackle, you have Quinion Williams, Kenny Clark, Otito Ogbania, your left, LT Overton, and Jonathan Bullard. Your outside linebacker core is Donovan Ezaraku, Rashawn Gary, Hey Frat, Malachi Lawrence, Von Miller. I have to find the tag. So to put Von Miller in, we had to take one out, which was Sam Williams. James Houston, he finally made the roster, and Tyus Wheat.
Tyus Wheat made it also?
Yes.
Okay.
Your linebacker core, you have D. Winters, DeMarvian Overshown, Jay-Sean Barham. It looks like Jay-Sean Barham. I think I said this. Was it yesterday we did the show? Was it yesterday we did the show?
Green dot?
Yeah, he's going to be the green dot.
Rookie with the green dot. Green dog.
And Shamar James, your cornerback. This is the room that
Bob, here we go.
I was shaky about. You have Deron Blank, Kobe Durant, Savone Revel, Caleb Downs. So Caleb Downs is not going to be a safety. He is going to be a cornerback. Kalen.
That's different.
Cowboys taking a square and putting it in a triangle, baby. Gotta love it.
Yes. Kalen Carson, Amir Speed. Your safety room is Malik Hooker, Jalen Thompson, PJ Locke, Marquise Bell, and Elijah Clark. And then your special teams unit, the leaders of those will be what they are known as the battery pack, which is Butter, Sig, and Banger Anger. We also know that the offensive line is known as the Gotti, the greatest offense there is. Yeah, the greatest offense there is. As you know, special teams, they're known as the battery pack. and we don't have a name yet for our defensive on our defensive side.
Well, let's talk about this, Kels. And I know Bob has had a concern too as Ultra Cowboy. Shout out to YouTube. Boy, YouTube been holding it down the last couple of shows, but he says CP is going to ruin downs with Kels sharing that news. He's not going to play safety, but cornerback. Bob, what's your thoughts?
I honestly, I have a feeling like that may be just sort of like a game that's being played right now. Because the thing is, yeah, he could be a linebacker. He could play safety. He could play corner.
Yeah,
he could play the slot.
He plays.
I think really maybe it could be, maybe they're just trying to make me feel better. But it feels like it's a smart thing to say and a smart thing to do, because apparently he's been showing out real well at the cornerback position. I think maybe they just know he's good as a safety, but they didn't know he would be as good as a corner, which is maybe why they're doing this. Now, if we've got those three guys as our first three corners, I might feel a little better about that. But, even then, he's still a rookie. So we can't discount that.
Is that more, Kels, on the lack of cornerback depth, or is that more on his skill set they're trying to leverage?
Both, because God forbid, if Deron Bland goes out, what other oh, wait a minute. There we go. Whatever. Who you gonna have to go in his place?
Hey, I at this point, I'm like, hey, I ain't no X's and O's guy. I ain't gonna try to figure it out. That's what we're paying Christian Parker for. And I think if Christian Parker is in line with it, I don't think this is typically the old Cowboys that we've always seen, especially right in the trenches, Kels, where we got folks trying to play different positions that they were drafted for.
Yeah.
But, I guess we'll see.
When they're man.
Yeah, but Caitlin's tapping in with the context. She says other Cowboys insiders are projecting Downs as the starting nickel.
Yeah, so let me
I'll buy that for $1.
Thank you, Caitlin, because it was something I was supposed to post and I totally forgot. BG, I'm getting ready to send it to you. I so apologize.
It's all good. Well, that's what we're here putting our heads together to review this roster. So we got some other folks. Ultra Cowboy tapping back in, says teams are going to expose Downs with shifty wide receivers in the slot. JSN will put up 200 yards versus. I don't know about all that. I mean, I know JSN is good, but I don't think Seattle is the same Seattle team they were last year. But that's a deeper conversation. I don't know about 200 yards, but maybe it's gamesmanship, like you're talking, Bob. I mean, the Cowboys we didn't play any starters in the preseason, and nobody has anything to go off of.
And we've got a rotation of safeties back there. Let's talk about the safeties we still have too. Like there's a lot of people in that room right now. I think it could, and the best thing possible is to have players who can play in those two different positions, because at any given time you can say they're a cornerback this week, or if the matchup isn't favorable, now they're a safety. I mean, that's just a plus, man. And I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard nothing but great things about what Parker's done with all of the folks that he's coached. So to say that he's going to be ruining Downs, I feel is a little speculative, but we're all speculating right now. Everything that we say right now has no bearing whatsoever because it hasn't happened yet.
Another question from the crowd. Kels Sterling says Downs will be playing the nickel position. Back to that Caitlin comment. Is there any more context on that?
Yeah, I just sent it to you on IG.
Oh, okay. If you're tapping in and you're happy about the Cowboys, I mean, I'm happy that today is here. I'm happy Cut Day is here. Why? I mean, I got channel fever. I don't know if y'all know what channel fever is, but when I was in the Navy, they call channel fever like when you're getting ready to pull in port and you're like super fucking excited. You're getting all your clothes laid out on the bed like first day of school. You counting on your money. You're getting a fresh haircut. You're going to make sure you're ready. You just ready to go. I'm ready to go for this season.
Yeah, I'm getting there now. I'm on my way there. Maybe I'm probably like maybe 48, 49% there. So what I just sent you, if you can,
if you could, see what I like is if you just post it on BDG, it's easier for me to pull it up because when you send it to me and I got to add it to the show, it eats up all of us here. And
I can do that. Give me
yeah. Post it on BDG so that way everybody can see it. Then we can pull it up too as well. My apologies.
No, because it was on my mind and it just slipped.
Well, that's why we're here. So thanks, Caitlin, for tapping in, because Caitlin's been having the Green Bay's chat over my profile dinging away this morning because of the Twitter fingers, man. All kind of news out there, but Kale's dropping the initial 53-man roster here. We're further talking about the movement on Caleb Downs from safety to cornerback, nickel, and Kales has got some more intel that we're going to share on BDG. So let us know how you're feeling down in the comments below on any platform. Shout out to YouTube showing up strong again today. Bob, I mean, QB3. I mean, the Cowboys paid Sam Howell $2.5 million to be a QB3.
Well, I mean, that's what you do. You roll the dice before they're playing for you, before they get to camp, and then you hope they shine in camp. The best case scenario is having two quarterbacks that are competing well enough where you can't make a decision clearly. So I think the mobility and his arm and his proven moderately better accuracy is what got Milton the job. But I don't know. I have a feeling, honestly, if we haven't already done it, that there's going to be another free agent running back brought into this squad. I feel like
not over, because after the cuts, right, we're going to see other teams release players. Maybe the Cowboys have been keeping tabs on that are interested. But let's take a look at what Kels has us here that's been posted on the nickel position. Talk to us, Kels.
Yeah, so someone that I follow posted this option that CP will definitely try to run. So you have two options of the legacy nickel and then two options of the big nickel. So these are some of the ones that CP is definitely known for running. He did some of this when he was coaching on a college level. So like I said, God forbid if anything were to happen to Deron Bland, then you will have a Caleb Downs to fill in one of these options for the nickel and the big.
Ultra Cowboys tapping in from YouTube says, per Todd Archer, some other context, Cowboys keep 5 cornerbacks with Amir Speed and Kalen Carson.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we just named the cornerbacks.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised that the Cowboys kept him, with all things considered, with this backfield. Would imagine the Cowboys would be looking for help either on the wire or a vested vet.
Yeah, I still think we need to make that call. I know we made that call to Pittsburgh already to get an OT. That's probably going to give Terrence Steele, a wake-up call. But yeah, we need some more help in that cornerback room.
Well, what's interesting was at the beginning of camp when it kicked off, it was the Tyler Guyton versus Nate Thomas camp battle. And then we didn't hear anything. Tyler Guyton handled business. And then now we hear that Nate Thomas has gone on and signed with the Houston Texans. And then we traded yesterday some picks for Broderick Jones of the Steelers. And now you're talking about Terrence Steele. Like, is this line, do you think this line might be our Achilles heel this season? Is that maybe the weakest, if we had to say the weakest unit after this 53-man roster cut, is it still the secondary or is it the offensive line? What do y'all think?
I don't think it's the line. I mean,
yeah,
I think the tackles, I think one tackle, I think Spears is just a guy who's got a question mark. But I don't feel like, I mean, the rest of the squad's really good, man. I think we're really good still. But I think bringing this Broderick guy was a head scratcher, just simply because of what felt like Pittsburgh wanted to get rid of him. But again, we all know Pittsburgh gets rid of people that probably shouldn't have been gotten rid of. And we might have had doctors look at this guy and say, dude, whatever these guys are bitching about, we're cool with. Bring them in. And again, it's if there's probably, we knew there would be available tackles today, but we still made a deal to get this guy with money and a pick. So I think there's something going on there that our team knows about. You know,
some
what I mean?
low level damage control there. Did you get a chance to maybe talk to your brother about that Broderick Jones?
No,
I'd like for you to see what he has to say about it.
I know they say good riddance, but they say good riddance to everybody that leaves there, dude. You know what I mean? It's just like you got to buy into that shit as a fan.
The thing is, like, I'm cool with a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans. They loyal, but they ain't loyal. If you get
right.
Well, Ultra Cowboys 92 tapping in. Shout out. He's like the most engaged here on the broadcast. We appreciate that. YouTube representing again. He says, remember the Steelers gave up on Kevin Dotson. Broderick Jones is just going to surprise people. Way better than Steele. That was my question. Thomas and Shelton.
I remember that. Now, the only thing that I would have swapped out, and like I said, nothing against Amir Speed, but I would rather have Josh Butler over Amir Speed. And as much as I like Reddy Stewart, even though he is better as a safety than he is a cornerback, I'm cool with this safety room.
Now, when it comes to let's flip the conversation a little bit back to the offense on the wide receiver unit with keeping 6. I've been seeing a lot, even a couple comments here on the show. I have to scroll back and check it out. But is keeping 6, has that been like an indictment on another unit by us keeping 6 receivers versus maybe 5 and trying to fill somebody? Because like we're light on tight end and we're light, it seems like, on running back, but maybe those holes could be filled. So I don't know, Kels, what's your thoughts? Are we over too many? I mean, we got George Pickens and CD. I mean, we need 6 receivers, or is it basically special teams driven?
That's kind of like special teams driven. But it's also a norm for us. If you look at like we had 92 because we had the international pathway player. So when you look at the players on the training camp roster that we had more defense than we had offense. So I would rather get rid of some of those those defensive line players to make space for some of the needs that we definitely need on offense. I hope that makes some kind of sense.
I feel like we're just too terrified to let anybody in interior defensive line go for fear. So because of how bad we've been on the run for so long, they're just like, keep 50 people at DT in case anything goes wrong. We can start cycling people out. But it makes sense to do that.
Yeah, and when you look at it, they really let go a lot of our depth positions.
Yeah,
get up the depth chart. But the Sam Williams spot, that was to make space for Von Miller. So
yeah, that's true.
So but the thing is with that Broderick trade, no, he's not going to be trade bait. He actually made he's going to serve on special teams. But with that Broderick trade, like one of the things we have been saying since the preseason games, we still have not addressed the swing tackle position.
Well, I just showed you that research there on the wide receiver unit, and I wanted to make sure, because I'm like, how many years have the Cowboys carried 6 versus 5 or 7? But the Cowboys carried out of 6 of the last 12 years 5 running backs, or in the other 6 carried 6 or even 7. And so I was just curious. I mean, it always made sense when, remember, we just had Amari Cooper and then a young CeeDee Lamb. Like, you know what I mean? Or we just, because you could think about some of the receiving cores that we had. If you go through this list, man, some of this is atrocious. You know what I mean? Yeah. But now that we've got the top 2, now, yeah, of course. But now we got the top 2 receivers in the league. And, I've been seeing the discussion, and, Camden Brown's breakout basically forced your hand, but I thought maybe by keeping 6, maybe that hurt us in another unit because we can only keep 53-man roster. So I wanted to table that here today, and that's all I wanted to get that research off. But I guess, this greatest offense there is, Dak need all the receivers, right?
Yeah. I think it would serve more to help the offensive line than it is to help our positional key players. So yeah, that, like I said, that O-line is real shaky because we don't know what kind of Tyler Guyton. Okay, put that question back up because I'm gonna answer that, because we don't know what type of player Tyler Guyton is going to be when week 1. Okay, so we is better than Jay Toia. Yeah, which was the defensive tackle. Yeah, damn, that whole defensive tackle room is loaded. Yeah, so Jay Toia getting rid of him, I mean, it's a possibility he can come back on a practice squad. But Tyrus Wheat is a nose tackle. Who was the other one? He said Sam Williams. That spot went to Von Miller. I just said
Right.
that.
Yeah, we had to release one to make room for Von Miller. Yeah, and that's why I was asking the question about 6 wide receivers, so everybody can gotta get a big picture here. You know, we can't keep all the toys in the toy box, right, Bob? You know, you got to let some go and share with others, right? Sharing is caring, I guess.
That's when you get those bad wide receiver rooms, bro. You put that graphic back up of those wide receivers. I saw that 2018 wide receiver squad live. It might have been game 2 or 3 of the season. I went to Carolina to watch that game, and my God, did they suck.
Tavon Austin, Cole Beasley, Michael Gallup, Alan Hearns, Deontay Thompson, Terrence Williams. Yeah, that's some interesting characters.
How long have we been trying to get that Tavon Austin guy to stick for us? Because even Austin didn't stick for us. He was a prolific kick returner for the Rams back in the day, and we got him thinking he would be sort of what we're doing with Turpin right now. But it's taken us years and years of wide receivers that we've been through to even land on Turpin, who wasn't even an NFL player. So, I mean, I think it's crazy how many bad wide receiver rooms we've had, but we're not having to worry about it right now, man. And it's an embarrassment of riches.
That 2021, oh, that one was lethal with Seti.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Noah Brown, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb.
That was a nasty wide receiver room we had. I
was a big fan of Cooper. I love that guy.
Keep it up again. Hold on. I haven't seen anything that since May. I would say Dak and Zeke's rookie year. Because I remember we had Lucky, we had Bryce Butler, even though he got on my nerves.
Cole Beasley in 16, we had Cole, Dez, Bryce Butler, Lucky, and Terrence. Yeah, that was the cereal crew. Remember when they made that commercial when Zeke was eating and they were all just keep eating, right?
Yeah, 2016 and 20. Oh, that was a little nasty wide receiver room.
We
probably got the filthiest, and I mean that in the best context, the filthiest wide receiver room in the league, especially now that we got GP on that tag. I mean, I got to give Dak his props. I mean, he's gone and put it out there. That's the greatest offense there is. I'm telling you,
crazy, man.
It's given a lot of Cowboys fans anxiety, even though we were the top 2 offense last season. But can they come back and replicate that? We brought all those players back. Can they make it happen? And I think, like what we've been saying, Kels and Bob, both of y'all, this offensive line, I think this team this season is going to go as long as this offensive line goes.
Yeah. And as far as what Jay Nichols just said, we played edge a couple of times because a player was out for a couple of weeks or something like that. Maybe like a hamstring or something. But he's definitely he's what you call a zero tech, which is a nose tackle position.
This team right now is so good that I don't want to talk about it. That's how bad it is with me right now. I don't know what it is about putting it out in the world, because it seems like every year, every other team is like, oh, every year Dallas is it's our team, it's our year. We all want to think it's our year. But this team there's just something going on right now that we can't even really put our finger on as hardcore long-term fans, okay? 3 of us right here, we've been doing this a long time. We've been loving this team a long time. We still can't quite put our fingers on exactly what it is that's different about this team, but we feel something different. We see something different. We're hearing something different. The moves are different. Our coach is a cool dude who's holding people accountable for the shit they do and don't do. There's so much going on right now that we haven't seen that it's scaring me to want to proclaim that it's so good, even though I basically already did, that I don't want to jinx it. That's a stupid thing to say, but I don't want to jinx it because we've got that wide receiver room, especially, bro. What are you going to do against our wide receivers?
Right.
I know. Because we know we normally keep our folks that we draft, and both Phil Maffa and Jaden Blue, that was a big surprise.
It's like different, man.
Talking about what you're talking about, holding people accountable. If you remember how Blue got off on the wrong foot, it just didn't work in Maffa's favor because of the injury. But I mean, and then the story of Malik Davis hanging around the damn practice squad, it seemed like, 11 years, Kels, and now he's running back too.
I'm happy for him, man.
Yeah. Can you put Ultra Cowboys 92 thing up again?
His what?
his comment. Ultra Cowboy.
Which one? He got about 50-11.
It's the current one that's timestamped for 6:48.
Oh, I can't see the timestamps on it.
He said Dak can talk.
There we go.
Okay, so this is what I want you to put in your system. Louis Riddick on First Take said last year, around this time last year, why do we keep attaching everything that happens with Dallas simply to Dak Prescott? He's not 53 guys wrapped in one. It takes everybody, not only QB1. So I just want you to sit with that for a minute.
I think folks are just talking about Green Bay and San Francisco naturally because he couldn't produce offensively on that Niners game. And I get both sides of the argument, but I too am a firm believer it takes a team, and Dak can't play defense.
Yeah, it's everybody's responsibility, not only his. So that's all I got to say.
I feel good about Dak, man. I feel real good about Dak, dude. I don't. He looks a little thicker. He seems to have a little bit more of an attitude this year, man. And I don't think it's because he's got this overconfidence about what happened last year because of how good he played. I feel like he's just starting to realize, you know what, man, I am good. You know, and this team is damn good around him. And again, this move that we made for offensive tackle as a depth or maybe a move-in piece, that just shows you that we do not want to screw this up as a front office. We don't want to mess this up this year. We need to make sure that Dak stands upright for the entirety of the game and the entirety of the season. So they're making moves to make sure that gets done. And I wouldn't be surprised if we did another move to make sure we get another lineman.
Right.
That's just the way. I mean, we seem to be doing the right things right now.
I agree. And then his comeback is, we already know what his stats are as far as playoffs. We know that it's a couple of picks that we wish that he did not make, but a lot of that has to do with bad coveraging on the receivers as well as him. But we also was not stopping the run. We was not applying pressure. So again, it's not only Dak.
Yeah. The dumbest running backs were killing us. It's a horrible thing to see.
Well, I mean, playoffs. We're talking about playoffs. I mean, the Cowboys ain't made playoffs in the last 2 years. And matter of fact, that big guy Quentin Williams we signed, that came from the Jets, he ain't never been in the playoffs either. And with that being said, you know, it's that time of year because once the 53-man roster shakes out, we got our Big 3 season predictions, and we're going to share them with y'all. So shout out to all of our Green Bay supporters. Y'all seen them first this morning. I appreciate both of y'all, Kels and Bob, getting them to me, but we've got them up, and we're going to go through them all. Our predictions. Yeah. So if you got your predictions, go ahead and pull them up. But we'll start with Kels. He got the neatest graphic of all. Kels with the intels. Tell us about your 12 or 11-6 prediction.
Yeah, because the only reason I said hoping for 12 because one of those games that I got an L for is going to be a gotcha B moment. I'm trying.
There's always a gotcha game in there somewhere. You just can't tell which one it is.
Yeah. So like realistically it's 11-6, but one of them games is going to be a gotcha game. So let me see. Hold on, because I don't have my glasses on.
You got us losing to the Ravens, Texans, Eagles once, Niners, Seahawks, and the Rams. Ooh, those are some big NFC losses right there.
So this is going to be this is what I think is going to be a gotcha.
Hoping for.
Yeah, we're either going to beat Seattle or we're going to beat the Rams. I'm not so much concerned about the Rams, and I did this before the whole news about Aaron Donald. But the Rams got a nasty defense with or without him. And but we have played the Rams a few times with Aaron Donald and we have won. So I'm not concerned about that.
Correct.
But it's either going to be Seattle or the Rams that we going to sneak a win on. I have an L for San Francisco until they prove me wrong, because I don't know what's going on with the 49ers right now, but I'm not putting nothing past them. But until they prove me wrong, and then they could actually win a game. I mean, yeah, we have won against San Fran with the backup in 2020, but until you can prove me wrong, and Dak was not playing that game, So I have it down for an L. I do have us splitting with the Eagles, but they're not going to take that Thanksgiving game from us.
All right. So let us know your predictions down in the comments below. Y'all know we don't give our predictions until we get a good handle on who's going to be on the 53-man roster. As you see, things change, but we're going to keep these posted. We'll post these after the show here today. Let's get to Bob next. Bob got a 12-5. Bob, you got us losing to San Fran, the Eagles, the Texans, the Rams, and the Cardinals.
There's something about that freaking team that they seem to get us, man. And I don't know how to explain it. It's just a stupid thing. It shouldn't happen. But again, we talked about this the last time we were talking. They used to be in the NFC East with us. So there's a rivalry there. That's been happening for a long time. There's just something real weird going on with Arizona. Now, I threw that in there because that's kind of my wild card. The other ones I feel really, really confident about. I really wanted to, honestly, if I'm being honest, I wanted to swap out the Philadelphia games because I don't think we're going to lose the Thanksgiving game. I think that we had it on there. But again, LA, the Rams, I think that defense is just stupid. They're not quite the Broncos, but they're up there. And Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald on the same team is just unfair. But the other losses, it just kind of makes sense to me. Now I could be surprised, but I think we need to come out at the very least with this 3-win stretch. And I have a feeling that Jerry's not going to let us lose in another country. It's just one of those things, man. Like something's going to happen where he's going to say, listen, your all jobs are on the line. If you lose in this country, I want to die. I'm going to fire you, whatever the case is. But winning 3 in a row to begin and winning 3 in a row to lead to finish the season is exactly how I want this to happen. So I'm pretty confident with my picks here.
My only thing with Baltimore is so I've been to a couple of their training camp practices this year. Oh my God. I was sweating, okay?
Mm-hmm. Hey man, the Ravens just put a 40 burger on Dan Quinn over there in the preseason.
Yeah, see, the thing is they did what we did, and which was embarrassing. Like both us and Washington and Baltimore was playing their 3rd and 4th string team, and they obliterated them right at the bank.
Yeah. Hey man, let's go over mine because I got an affinity with bird brain teams, right? I ranked my bird brains this season. If you did not know, there are 5 bird brain teams in the league, and we already beat 2 in the preseason. But the Cowboys' Achilles heel this season is gonna be them bird brains. I actually got us losing to the Ravens, believe it or not, overseas. I got us losing to the Seahawks, even though we beat them in the preseason on Monday Night Football. And how can I predict a loss in my own city? I'm telling you, I just see how the trends go. And before the Rams signed Aaron Donald today, I already knew that even without the Aaron Donald, the Cowboys were going to come out of the bye after losing to the Seahawks bird brain teams and knock the Rams off to go into January. I believe we secured a division. I'm an overachiever. Yes, I love my team, but I'm drinking the Kool-Aid at 14-3. I know I'm an overachiever. Ooh. Maybe Bob, maybe Kel's a little more realistic, but that's why y'all love us here. But 3 of the bird brain teams is going to get us this season. And I think we get the NFC. Let me ask you, Kels and Bob, with your record predictions, are we winning the NFC East or not?
Yes.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, we got to win the East because we ain't made the playoffs in the last 2 years, and we got to punch our own ticket by winning the division. We ain't got time to be playing around this season, playing down to the level of other teams. And we're just going to see what happens because health is wealth. Now, this is only if all the players stay healthy. Y'all know an injury can change not only a division landscape, but a conference and a whole league landscape. And so if they stay healthy, that's where I got it at. Because this defense is number 2 offense coming back. Look, man, if you ain't got faith in this team now, I don't know what it's going to take.
Right. So this is what I think. If the Eagles lose to 2 of these 3 teams, maybe 4, we're looking at the Indianapolis Colts. They got them December 13th. Week 14th. Week 14, they got I said that right, December 13th. They got Indianapolis Colts. December 19th, they got the Seahawks. Christmas Eve, I think that's the Netflix game. They got Houston, Texas.
Who you talking about?
The Eagles.
Oh, okay.
And then January 3rd, I don't think I have to worry about January 3rd. But let's just say if they lose 2 of these 3 games that I just named, week 14 against Indianapolis, 15 against Seattle, and 16 against the Texans. If they lose 2 of these 3 games, we will lock the NFC East.
We got to. We ain't got no time to be playing no wild card bullshit. Not with this loaded up defense and everything we did, all these moves we made. That's what I'm saying. Health is wealth. And if the Cowboys can stay healthy, thank God we're coming into this first week healthy. We don't have anybody nagging no big injuries, trying to bring them back and stuff like that. And so health is going to be wealth. And that's our predictions there. So I'm excited to see how this all shakes out, because who knows, maybe the Cowboys could be the 1972 Dolphins, Bob.
Listen, it's so crazy. I was just thinking, a friend of mine said to me, he posted something to me yesterday. He goes, would you give up 1 year of your life to see Dallas go undefeated and win a Super Bowl? And I would, you'd think I would be like, man, hell no, it's a year of my life. But I actually thought about it for a moment. I went, we don't know when the time is up. So if I say yes, and it could easily be right now, because a year from now I might be gone. But I thought about it long and hard for a second. Like, yeah, man, I might do that. I might want that bad enough.
That brings up a great question. Let us know, what would you be willing to part with for a Cowboys Super Bowl? Kels, would you give up a year of your life for the Cowboys to win it all again?
My life, I'll probably get something else up, but not my life.
No, we're not saying go and do the unthinkable here.
No, whatever time you're supposed to go, they cut a year off of it.
Let me ask you this: would you be willing to give up one of the popcorn bowls you got for a Super Bowl?
What
your little popcorn bowls you got that you always post. I know you got your little trinkets and stuff like that.
I guess I could give one away.
Sarah says, I mean, that's what you did mean, Bob. Give up a year of your life. Not, I mean, like what, just you lose it in a flash, or look into the black pen like Men in Black or something? How's that work?
Yeah. I like what Cowboys Shade Room is saying too. He's damn right. Not giving up the beard, bro. Not happening.
Oh yeah. Hey, they own you, Bob. You said a comment, didn't you, last show about shaving the beard? So you would not be willing to shave the beard?
No, man. No, I'm gonna die with the beard.
Man,
it's gonna follow me. It's gonna follow me to the grave and beyond, man.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't like playing those games, and that's why I don't play those games. I'm gonna bet you that the Cowboys win this week, and if I lose, I'm gonna wear your jersey. That shit is not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
I don't even do that.
I think we got pretty much all the intel. If we have not, Kels, is there anything else left to share here with the folks before the final roster? This is the initial roster reactions and inputs.
Von Miller should have his jersey soon. From my understanding, it looks like it may not be 40.
What? Damn. Hunter Lipke ain't come off 40. I mean, he's the only one that got the plate. He's the only one that got the jersey.
Because some numbers has already dropped off. Some jersey numbers have already dropped off since players have been waived and released.
Take a year off your spouse's life.
Jay Nichols said he'd happily give an Eagles fan's life. I heard you on that one. Caitlin says, I never eat fast food again for a Super Bowl. Yeah. I mean, I might be able to go there too. Eric Taylor said, if God asked me that, I would totally give up all my life for 2 back-to-back Super Bowls. Ooh. Oh boy. Gotta love it.
Some glory, baby. All right. That's hardcore. Jerry loves hearing that. That sounds like a deal. Let's do that. Let's sign that. I'm gonna sign that.
They say I'll give someone else's life. Well, I have a particular person in mind, but I ain't saying no names, but I do have.
No. Thou shalt not tell. Now we're not gonna be dry snitching on the big three. You know what I mean?
Don't run tell this.
Well, anyway, we appreciate y'all joining us on a Sunday. I'll be live again in 1 hour for episode 8 of Facebook Fanatic with my guy Julio Batres of True Blue Crew. So stay tuned for that. Your boy B Jizzle. 2 a days, but thanks, Kels, for coming on. Thank you for the intel, Bob. Thank you as always. Big 3 will be live to kick off Sunday Night Football. That's right. I'll be in Las Vegas. The Big 3 will be live with the pregame show and the postgame show. So make sure you turn on your notifications and let us know Are you happy that Cowboys football is back? I am. We'll see y'all in the gym on the next episode.
Peace.